Braxton Hicks contractions versus labor contractions. Okay, so if you're coming into labor, looking forward to this labor happening, and you're getting like these contractions, and you're like, oh my gosh, this is so exciting, I'm getting contractions. The question is, how do you know, is this a Braxton Hicks contraction or is it a labor contraction? Now, when you're coming into this first time, you don't really know, right? You don't know what the difference is. But I have to tell you, they feel completely different, so I'm going to explain the difference. When you have a labor contraction, it sweeps along the bottom of your stomach, like the bottom, like a period cramp. You're not going to feel it on the top of your stomach. You're going to feel it along the bottom. It's going to feel like a period cramp. It's going to feel like, oh, and they're going to get stronger and closer together as time goes by. And they start to hurt. Braxton Hicks contraction is like where your whole stomach, especially along the top of your stomach, goes hard. It feels like it's like hardened, like almost like a hard shell, like a turtle shell, and you're like, whoa. And you feel it completely harden up, especially along the top. And as much as it gets hard and it's a little bit uncomfortable, they don't really hurt. They don't get stronger and hurt more. You might have Braxton Hicks contractions happening all over the place. And some people say that they help labor along in the future. Some say that they don't do anything. I don't really know. For me, they never really did anything, but sometimes I felt like I was in Braxton Hicks labor almost. I'd say, I can't stop getting these Braxton Hicks contractions. What do I do? So what worked for me, what my doctor had told me actually, was that often you might get Braxton Hicks contractions when you're dehydrated. And if you'll just drink enough, drink water, drink juices, mix juices with water, just drink enough, then usually they'll start going away because they are a sign of dehydration, especially if it's summer or you're in a hot place. You might end up getting dehydrated and not even realize it because, in your mind, you're thinking, but I drink all the time. I'm always in the bathroom. But you can get dehydrated pretty quickly when you're pregnant because remember, you're drinking for 2 plus all that amniotic fluid. So if you're getting a lot of Braxton Hicks contractions, which again is the hardening of your stomach along the top or even your whole stomach feeling like this hard rock, that's a Braxton Hicks contraction. And you probably want to drink a lot and make sure you're hydrated, maybe rest a little. They are not labor contractions. You don't need to be worrying about, oh my goodness, I'm going into early labor, or they're not labor contractions. Labor contractions happen, they sweep along the bottom of your stomach like a period cramp. They get closer together, they get painful, and they are not hardening of the top of your stomach. That's the difference between labor contractions and Braxton Hicks contractions. If you have had a lot of Braxton Hicks contractions, I would love to hear in your comments below if you feel like they really do dilate your cervix, if they really do something for your labor, because I've heard both sides. For me, they never did anything in dilating, but I'd love to hear if you had experience, what your experience is.